On Monday morning, September 19th, 12 days after the nation's longest reigning monarch passed away, the final steps of her journey to her final resting place began in New Palace Yard with a procession to Westminster Abbey. King Charles could not hide his feelings during his beloved mother's state funeral. Tears appeared to be streaming down the new monarch's face as he mournfully watched his mother's coffin carried into the church for the poignant service. Charles's emotions caused the Princess Royal to glance at her brother with a worried expression as he stared towards the floor, visibly somber, before making his way inside. TV viewers watching the service accidentally spotted the moment princess and looked on in concern for her brother. The king had moments earlier led the royal family in closely following the Queen's oak coffin as she was placed onto a gun carriage used by her parents before moving through Parliament Square. Charles was followed by his sons the Prince of Wales and Duke of Sussex, while his brother Prince Andrew, the Duke of York, appeared to be crying. While the rest of the royal family donned their military uniforms, Andrew and Harry, who are no longer in active service, opted to wear suits and ties. As the 123-year-old carriage made its way to the royal funeral, the Queen's closest relatives all appeared saddened. Members of Charles's household, including his private secretary and equerry, followed the royal family and the coffin, which was draped with the royal standard and had the imperial state crown and regalia as well as a wreath of flowers set upon it. And royal fans were soon commenting on the emotional moment princess and looked at her brother as he welled up as they went on their final journey with their beloved mother. The king was teary-eyed as he mournfully watched his mother's coffin carried into the church for the poignant service. The Princess Royal glanced at her brother with a worried expression as he stared towards the floor, visibly taking in the emotion of the occasion before making his way inside. Sharing their reaction to the poignant moment, Countess Common One tweeted, "The Princess Royal's look of concern #King Charles #Princess Anne." Lily_in_London wrote, "When a photograph says more than words ever could, broken heart emoji. #King Charles #Princess Anne," alongside the above image. Elizabeth464 said, and had the same concerned look for Charles during the service. "Awful sad." Charles was also spotted wiping tears from his eyes just as he entered the abbey and also looked emotional during the singing of the national anthem, remaining silent throughout the song while his siblings joined mourners in the powerful rendition, with "God Save the King" having only been heard a handful of times since the Queen's passing. He gripped his ceremonial sword and looked downcast as the sound of hymns and prayers filled the historic abbey. Around 2,000 VIPs filled the UK's most important church, including leaders from around the world, to pay their final respects. Despite the huge crowds and enormity of the service, silence had earlier fallen as hundreds of pipers and drummers from regiments, the Brigade of Gurkhas and RAF played as the procession made its way towards Westminster Abbey. Upon arrival, the future king, Prince George, and his sister, Princess Charlotte, bid farewell to their beloved gone as the youngest members of the royal family to follow the Queen's coffin through Westminster Abbey. As the young royals followed their great-grandmother's coffin, flanked by their parents, the Prince and Princess of Wales, Charlotte held her hands clasped in front of her while George had his arms by his side. The foursome walked a little behind the King, Charles, and Camilla, Queen Consort, and ahead of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex.